Every time you withdraw cash from an ATM, every time you take a passport photo in a booth, every time you use a self-service kiosk at the airport, you're using the life's work of a man the world forgot. His name was Luther George Simjian. He was an immigrant who arrived in America with $30 in his pocket. He held over 200 patents, more than most inventors in history. He invented the first automated teller machine in 1939, 30 years before banks accepted it. And when he showed it to them, they said, "Only prostitutes and gamblers will use this machine." He died in 1997, quietly, without fanfare. And today, billions use his inventions, but almost no one knows his name. This is the story of the man who gave the world the future and was told it wasn't ready for him. Luther Simjian was born in 1905 in Untold, Ottoman Empire, a city now known as Gaziantep, Turkey. His family was Armenian, and in 1915, during the Armenian genocide, they were forced to flee for their lives. At just 10 years old, Luther watched his world burn. He escaped with his mother and siblings, walking for weeks through the desert, surviving on bread and hope. They eventually reached Beirut, Lebanon, where young Luther began working as a photographer's assistant. He was fascinated by cameras, not just as tools, but as machines that could capture truth, identity, and memory. At 16, he built his own camera from scrap metal and glass. At 18, he sailed alone to America with $30, a suitcase, and a dream. He arrived in New Haven, Connecticut in 1923. He spoke broken English. He had no connections. But he had something far more powerful, an obsession with solving problems. He took odd jobs, developing film, repairing radios, cleaning labs. At night, he studied engineering at the University of Connecticut. By day, he tinkered in his tiny apartment, building devices no one had imagined. His first breakthrough came in 1928, at age 23. He invented the photoreflex, the world's first photo booth. Before selfies, before Instagram, there was Simjian. His machine could take, develop, and print a photo in under 3 minutes. It was revolutionary. Within a year, his photo booths were installed in department stores across New York. Celebrities used them. Families used them. Soldiers heading to war used them to leave a memory behind. For the first time, ordinary people could afford a portrait, not just the wealthy. But Simjian didn't stop there. He saw a world full of friction, and he wanted to remove it, one invention at a time. 1939, while working at his lab in New York, Simjian had a new idea. He watched people line up at banks, waiting for tellers, filling out forms, handling cash. He thought, why can't a machine do this? So he built the bankograph, the world's first automated deposit and withdrawal machine. It accepted cash and checks, printed receipts, and updated account balances, all without a human. It even had a mirror so users could see if anyone was watching them. He patented it in 1941. Then he approached Citibank of New York, one of the largest banks in America. The bank agreed to test it, but only in one branch, in a neighborhood known for nightlife and gambling. After 6 months, they called him back. "Mr. Simjian," they said, "your machine is technically perfect, but only prostitutes and gamblers use it. Our real customers prefer human tellers." They returned the machine. Simjian was crushed, but not defeated. He kept the patent. He kept believing. For the next 30 years, he watched as the world slowly caught up to his vision. In the 1950s, he invented flight simulators for pilots. In the 1960s, he created early versions of barcode scanners. In the 1970s, he developed systems for secure document transfer. But the bankograph remained in his basement. Then, in 1967, a British engineer named John Shepherd Barron installed the first modern ATM in London. It used paper vouchers, not cards. It was primitive, but the world finally embraced it. Simjian never sued. He never demanded credit. He simply said, "I'm glad the idea is finally useful." But history forgot him. Textbooks credit Shepherd Barron. Museums display his machines. Simjian's name? Absent. Who was Luther Simjian really? Not just an inventor, but a humanist. He believed technology should serve people, not replace them, but free them. Free them from lines, from paperwork, from shame. His photo booth gave dignity to the poor. His ATM gave privacy to the vulnerable. He married twice, raised 3 children, and lived modestly in Connecticut. He never sought fame. When asked why, he'd say, "If the idea helps someone, that's enough." In the 1980s, he gave interviews to historians, not to boast, but to preserve the truth. He kept every patent, every sketch, every letter. He knew the world might forget him, but he wanted the record to remain. In 1997, at age 92, he passed away. His obituary ran in a local paper, 3 paragraphs. Today, over 3 million ATMs operate worldwide. Over 10 billion photo booth images have been taken since 1928. Every time you use one, you're touching his legacy. But how many know his name? Why do we forget people like Simjian? Is it because they're too quiet, too humble, too immigrant? Simjian wasn't a soldier. He didn't wear a uniform. He wasn't a CEO. He didn't give TED talks. He was a man in a lab coat, solving problems no one else saw. And history loves heroes with swords, not screwdrivers. It celebrates generals, not engineers. It remembers names on buildings, not names on patents. But here's the truth. The real builders of modern life aren't the loudest. They're the ones who work in silence. Simjian's story is not just about an ATM. It's about how we value innovation. Do we reward the first to imagine or the last to commercialize? Do we honor the dreamer or the marketer? In a world obsessed with disruption, we forget that true invention is often met with laughter, rejection, and silence. So next time you stand at an ATM or smile for a passport photo or use any machine that makes life a little easier, remember the man who made it possible. Remember Luther George Simjian, the immigrant who gave America the future and asked for nothing in return. Because history forgets the quiet ones. But we don't have to. If this story moved you, share it, so his name lives on.